Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Sabalenka. I did the right thing by skipping a couple of tournaments. Aryna Sabalenka already announced after her defeat against Amanda Anisimova at Wimbledon that she would go on vacation to completely disconnect from the circuit, with the goal of putting behind a painful loss in the semifinals of the third Grand Slam of the season. Almost a month later, the number one player resume circuit activity at WTA Cincinnati 2025. The Belarusian started her adventure in the American tournament with a significant victory against a tough opponent like Marketa Vondrousova. Her next opponent will be Emma Raducanu, a challenging obstacle on the long road with the primary goal of defending the trophy and adding matches in preparation for the U.S. Open. I am very happy to be back. It was a great match. I am glad to have achieved this tough victory against Marketa, said Sabalenka in an interview with Tennis Channel. I think I have played many matches this season, so I have quite some experience in handling crucial moments. The key for me is always to go for it, without any doubt about the decisions I make. For now, that is working quite well, confessed the world number one, who saved all 12 breakpoints against her Czech opponent, while capitalizing on her 3 opportunities. Vacation to recharge. I was very nervous about whether people would like the YouTube channel. I hope they love it. I enjoyed my vacation time. I needed it. I enjoyed it so much that it has been very tough to return. I think I did the right thing by skipping a couple of tournaments and giving myself more time to recover and recharge. Max Murney, new team member. He is very intelligent. I am very happy to see him enjoying life. He went through very tough situations. He is definitely helping us with the net work. He also gave me a couple of tips on the serve, which are really working well for now, and I hope they only get better. Bringing a new voice to the team is also important. Matchup with Emma Raducanu. We had a great battle at Wimbledon. She is a great player and has been playing super well lately. I am looking forward to facing her on hard court. I don't remember our clash in Indian Wells very well, but I think she is playing much better now. It will be a significant challenge. I will have to work very hard on every point, but Marketa has been a very good test. The silence between serves, Sabalenka's choice. In the relentless rhythm of the WTA Tour, where cities blur and courts echo with endless rallies, Aryna Sabalenka found herself facing something more formidable than any opponent across the net: the weight of her own expectations. It was early summer, just after a tough loss in a tournament she once dominated. Her forehand, usually a force of nature, had betrayed her. Her serve, an iconic thunderclap, had faltered. But worse than anything mechanical was the voice inside her head. Quiet but persistent, questioning everything. "You've been playing nonstop," her coach said as they sat in the quiet of a Monte Carlo cafe. "Maybe it's time." Time. In tennis, time is currency. Every skip tournament is ranking points lost, momentum paused, headlines forgotten. Yet, for Sabalenka, time had become something else, something healing. The decision. The call wasn't easy. Skipping a tournament? Letting rivals surge ahead? Letting critics question her dedication? But Aryna had learned that the mind, like the body, bruises quietly. Her 2024 season had been a marathon of high-intensity matches and emotional extremes. The highs of titles, the lows of early exits, the exhausting treadmill of press obligations, sponsor appearances, training, travel. Each match left her physically drained, but it was the in-between moments, the flights, the sleepless nights, the constant replaying of every lost point, that hollowed her out. "I need to breathe," she told her team. So she did something radical. She stepped away. No clay court in Rome. No press room in Madrid. No flight to Berlin. Instead, there was silence. The quiet. At first, it was uncomfortable. Aryna, wired for competition, didn't know how to exist without the urgency of preparation. She woke up instinctively early, reaching for her gear bag before remembering. There was no match today. She wandered her kitchen in Monaco like a stranger in her own home. She sat on the balcony overlooking the sea and listened, not to a coach, not to a crowd, but to herself. And in that stillness, something shifted. Without the roar of the crowd or the pressure of performance, she remembered why she started. The return to roots. One morning, Sabalenka visited the courts where she first picked up a racket in Minsk. She wore no logo emblazoned gear, no entourage, just her father's old racket, and the sound of strings cutting through air. She hit balls against a wall for hours, laughing when they rebounded awkwardly, chasing after them like a child rediscovering a lost toy. She met young Belarusian players, wide-eyed and starstruck, asking for photos, for advice. "Play for the joy," she told one girl, handing her a wristband. "The wins come when you stop playing to avoid the losses." The inner match. Time away wasn't laziness. It was training of a different kind, the hardest kind, emotional recalibration. Sabalenka worked with a mental coach. They unpacked the invisible luggage she carried, the grief of her father's passing, the pressure of being the face of Belarusian tennis, the weight of expectation that came with every slam. "You're not a machine," the coach told her. "You don't have to prove anything to anyone but yourself." Those words stuck. So did her own realization. Winning wasn't the goal. Wholeness was. The comeback. When she reappeared on tour, some questioned her form. "She's rusty," they speculated. But Aryna didn't flinch. She stepped onto the court, not with the desperation to dominate, but with clarity. She knew who she was again. Not just a top-5 player, but a person who had the courage to hit pause. And then, point by point, her game spoke for itself. Her forehand roared again. Her serve found its devastating rhythm. But most of all, her eyes, once stormy with stress, now sparkled with purpose. Reporters asked, "Was it worth it, skipping those tournaments?" She didn't hesitate. "I did the right thing," she said, eyes clear. "I needed to remember who I am, not just as a player, but as a person." Beyond the scoreboard, Sabalenka's story became something more than a comeback tale. It was a quiet revolution. In a sport that never stops, she chose stillness. In a world that glorifies hustle, she chose healing. In a game measured by points and titles, she chose perspective. And that choice rippled. Other players began speaking more openly about burnout, about emotional fatigue, about the pressure to always say yes. What Aryna proved wasn't just that she could win again, but that she didn't need to lose herself to do it. Epilogue, the new chapter. Later that year, she stood on the baseline of another final, this time with a smile on her face, regardless of what the scoreboard would read. Win or lose, she had already claimed the most important victory, the victory of balance, of bravery, of taking a step back so she could move forward.